we didn't see Nikita Zadorov on the ice this morning. What's his status heading into tonight?
He won't be available for tonight's game. He had a fly back home to Boston today to attend to a family matter. And so I don't have any other further update as far as when he'll be back or not, but he won't be available for tonight's game.
During each game on the road trip, you've had competitive pockets of play. To try and make those more complete, is that more of a mental challenge?
I think it's both. I think we've showed in spurts, like you said, periods of the game where we're competing with the other team, the opposition. When teams start to push back, that's when we really have to dig in as a group and make sure that we're there to, whatever the case may be, whether it's game management, managing the game properly, managing certain situations during the course of a game when teams start to push, just handling those situations a little bit better, I think. But no, it's about finding more consistency for 60 minutes during the course of the game.
And based on the opponent that you're going to see tonight, what areas are you emphasizing?
Well, I mean, I think for us, it's really about us tonight and what we do. I mean, we know what we're up against here tonight, a good young team with a lot of skill, a lot of youth, a lot of energy in their lineup. But for us, like I said this, I think yesterday, I'd like to see our team develop a better forecheck so that we're able to spend more time in the other zone. Last game against LA, we felt as a staff that we weren't able to create enough time because of our forecheck. We were one and done a lot. So we want to stop pucks up on the forecheck, be more physical with our first forward. F2 and F3 have to do a good job of reading F1 and get our D involved in certain situations off the forecheck as well. And then, you're not going to have a perfect forecheck every time. So after the forecheck, it's about what you do. And that's about reloading, working back out of the zone, and helping our D out.
You've had Fabian in the lineup for a couple of games now. Do you sense he's feeling more comfortable? And what have you liked from his game? What would you like to see?
I'm not sure. Like, I think he's getting, every player would, I think you get a little bit more comfortable with each game that passes. He's doing some good things. He's got to try to find his way closer to the net in this league. It's hard to create chances. And he had a couple last game against LA, but they were from the outside the dots or around the tops of the circle. So for Fabian, he's got to try to get himself, I know he's not the biggest guy, but he's got to try to get himself a little bit closer to the net to be able to maybe create more dangerous scoring chances for himself. But, he's done some good things. He's had some pop in his game. He's had some energy. His wall play is something that he's going to need to continue to work on as a young player in this league. It's hard. The defensemen are coming down. They're pinching hard. They seal walls well. So that's an area of focus for him just to concentrate on, is just to keep improving on the wall, his wall play.
Middlestad's skill set on the power play, Joe, being a down low goal line responsibility, how does that sync to what his strengths are?
Well, I think he can play elbow or goal line. I think he can move into either spot. For us right now, we feel like with Pasta playing on his forehand side and the elbow, the ability to work the goal line, hopefully attack down low a little bit more and run some low plays off the goal line, that'll benefit him. That's not to say that we can't switch and slide him up over to the elbow and put Pasta on the elbow side as well. We're experimenting with a few different things right now with the power play, but I think Casey has the opportunity to be able to play both and help us in both situations.
Coach, Anaheim's had problems with their power play throughout the year as well, but what's been noticeable is power plays are just hard to come by at this time of year. Is that just a development of where we are in the season, or is that a new... Is it a new thing you're witnessing?
No, I think you're right. I think as the season gets tighter and closer to the end, teams are showing more discipline in their game, especially teams that are trying to move forward in the standings. And so and I think teams understand that power plays are pretty good for the most part. They're dangerous. I don't care if you're ranked 28th or 1st. When you give up a 5-on-4, power plays are good in this league right now. So the less you can take, obviously, the better. But I do think it's a product of where we are in the season and teams knowing what they can get away with and what they can't get away with anymore, and the referees calling certain things.
A lot of good memories for you when you come back to Anaheim?
I do. Yeah, I have a lot of good memories. I was here almost 5 years. I was with the expansion team in '93, '94. One thing I do really remember is we had a great team the first year as far as the group of guys that we had. We had terrific character guys in that room that first year. All the years, but especially the first year. It was new, it was exciting here in Orange County. Back then when we were the Mighty Ducks, not just the Ducks, the Mighty Ducks. But no, a lot of good memories. I still have some good friends that are here still, and I enjoyed my time here as a player.
Was there anything in particular that you remember from that first game in October of '93?
Oh, God. I don't even know who we played the first game. Was it Detroit? I can't remember. It was Detroit. Okay. Yeah, I remember they were really good, Detroit. They were a good team that year. And no, but I just remember all the buzz and the excitement around, the team coming in here, the show that they put on before the game here, stuff that you don't really see that much anymore of. But and the good thing about coming here that first year, it was an opportunity for myself and all the other guys that were on the team to establish themselves as full-time NHL players. We were all, let go by teams or, left unclaimed by teams that for that expansion draft that summer. And so the guys that got picked up there, we felt like we had something to prove to ourselves and to teams that let us go. So, like I said, we had a great room that year. It was a lot of fun.
You had either the first shootout or a penalty shot goal in franchise history. Do you remember that?
It was penalty shot. We didn't have shootouts back then. So, yeah. Was it the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I score?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's a good sign. I know I had one against Montreal. I think it was Jocelyn Thibault maybe was the goalie back then. So I didn't score many, but I scored on that one.
Do you remember scoring against the Bruins? I think it was a 1-1 tie.
I do remember. Yeah. It's amazing that you can remember. You didn't score a lot of goals when you can remember most of them. I scored, I think, on a backhand goal against the Bruins, here in Anaheim,